Yes, darling. Itchy ear. No, snuff, snuff. Right, these are the new tablets, supplement tablets for them. Well, I just woke up, guys, and it's super windy. Let's open this pack. Do that later. Alright, that's that. That's their pre and probiotics, and that's their joint care, which is just getting, she's just getting that. Because it's chicken flavor, and she is alright kind of with chicken. Not like proper, both of them are not okay with chicken, like if I give them, but if it's flavored it's fine for her. And that's for both. This is a Saturday morning and someone wants to go walkies, I guess. Aren't you? What's this? Dirty stuff on you. Yeah, someone wants to go walkies. You want to go walkies? Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Checking where the microphone is. Down here. Did I cut this off already? Chop, 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 chop. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Someone's very jealous. Someone's very jealous. Every morning someone's very jealous. Tap, 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 tap. Yes, you're very jealous, Puff Puff. You're very jealous. What you doing with his face, girlie? What you doing with his face? That's not nice. That's not nice. Don't squish his face, love. Don't squish his face. Check, check, check. Alright, let's go walkies quick, shall we? And then I get you food. Uff, 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 uff. Uff, 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 uff. It started to rain. Every time I want to go out. Yes, we have to hurry up. Oh, I love this rain. This is unbelievable. It really pisses down there. sunshine. We just needed to get wet, didn't we? We just had to get wet. That's it. You finished? You finished? Oh dear. That did not happen before, did it? Alright, that's my breakfast. I have bought this for a long time. For a very, very long time. And now I not realized, the prices have been going up steadily since over half a year. And I've been thinking of doing my own oat milk. Not almond milk, but oat milk. And I think now is the time to actually start it. It's the only thing I need is a blender, really. Mixer, blender to blend the oat milk. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see when I do that, because I have 3 now and last me for 2 weeks. So I wanted to try it anyways, but I need a blender. So yeah, let's have my breakfast. Alright, I'm just gonna use the break and rain showers to explain a little bit of why we're still standing. I made a video I think a month ago or a few weeks ago, I can't remember. It was about the reason why we're still standing and why the diff isn't fixed yet. And not a lot of people seen it, but I just wanted to give kind of an update on what's happening. And yes, we're still standing. It's still not together, as you just seen. This is the bits that go into it. That's the pinion with all the parts that go with it. That's the shims, the various shims. These ones we just ordered recently. These are 0.1 mil for this type of shim. And he needs to fiddle around with it because this goes on here somewhere. I really am not good in explaining where everything goes because he knows better. But these ones here now, the very thin ones, are basically the part that moves it closer to the crown, like into the crown. So the pattern is getting better on the crown bit with this one. This very heavy, that stuff. Everything is very heavy. You cannot mix them up. This is left, this is right. If they get mixed up, this whole system is even more shitty than it was before. These are the shims for left and right of the crown. Left and right. And we had adjusted them already. This is one of the new ones. This is one of the old ones. New ones are these. These ones. And we bought as well new ones here. So these are, there should be 3. I don't know why they're 2. I thought he put 2 on. But there are 3 on, but there's just 2. So who knows what's happening there. Anyways, these go here, these small bits, which we thought they're super small, they're not working with this pinion, but luckily they fit, and these are just for the torque strength. 7 in each pack. Cost a fortune if we would have bought it with Iveco directly. It's such a rip-off, it's unbelievable. So I went with a company in Poland that had those parts. They are just producing parts for Iveco. I'm guessing they're not producing them, they're just getting them shipped, and then they resell those parts from different distributors. These were luckily not as expensive, but come on, for a shim set of those is 50 bucks. Same with these, roughly 38 to 50, 38 to 48. It's just not funny how much that is just for shims this size. It just is ridiculous. What else? Yeah, I have been looking up quite a lot, shim-wise, diff-wise, how it works. Manuals, we've been through manuals, we've been through lots of part numbers, we've been through everything. Had very disgusting customer service from Iveco. It was not funny. They basically assumed we know it all. And when we didn't, they were like, what are you doing? You have to buy them all because you don't know what you're doing. And they, yes, suggested buy the whole pack, which costs, well, all the shims together that could fit for this crown, or this differential in general, would be about 700, a bit more than 700 pound. And I'm like, yeah, you must be joking. You must be joking. And I let it there. I had some part numbers already, and looked this all up myself, where I can get them and how cheap. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I don't want to go through this ever again. Again, it's been dragging on since April, mid-April, and we now have almost mid-July, so it's going close to the 3rd month that this is just not moving. No progress in fixing it or having a good pattern on it. I think I've mentioned last time the compound, the gear compound as they call it, was this big and it cost £7. That was another ridiculous fact. It's, as you can see, it's very tiny, and it's just not justifiable for this price. Anyways, we had to get it because all the others was more expensive, all the other tops. Plus, you can't really find it in the UK. It's just more US stock, which is weird. And yeah, I made a decision to buy this for $7. Now we are, every time we use it, or he uses it, he stretches it with a little bit of oil, and that helps quite a bit to stretch it. We have no clue how much is left in it, and that might be even the next thing that completely goes empty, and then we can't do the pattern, so we have to order a new one and then wait for that to arrive until we can actually finish the diff. But I hope it's not going to be the case. I've been waiting way too long for everything, way too long. It's very frustrating that nothing's moving. There's no progress to anything close to saying, oh yeah, we actually got it now. Rewinding back to the facts why we actually took it apart is, I'm going to place you here, is that we we bought it already broken. So when we bought the van, the diff was, we knew the diff was wrong. That he told us, the seller, or the guy that wanted to get rid of it, he told us that the diff needs replacing. And we were like, oh, that's fine, it's an easy fix. And well, my boyfriend is a mechanic, so he knows a little bit about that. I did not know what to do with it. So it was fine driving down. We drove the whole way down from Edinburgh. That's where we bought it from. So we're in the Cotswolds here. And it's crazy. It's crazy that this thing actually gone all the way down here. Plus, when did we replace it? We put a new crown and pinion in last year. March? And roughly March, I can't remember the times exactly. And the pinion and crown we had to order from the exact shop where I got these from now. Because the UK stock was just triple or double the price, if I remember correctly. So we put them in. He did not measure anything, he did not move shims, he did not do anything because we didn't have a clue about it. He just like put it back in because he thought it was factory setting, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I was driving it the whole time, like this whole last year, and it was so noisy. So noisy. I was like, this can't be right. When I put it in, when I was driving around 30 miles, 40 miles, it was super loud. Super loud. It was ridiculous. And we just left it because it was working, which was a mistake. Didn't look at it anymore. We were just driving around. I was driving around. With that loud diff. And then the unfortunate thing, it started leaking, so the diff cover or the diff seal was broken, which is this one. Here it is. So that seal was broken. It was like ripped a bit, had a bit of dents in here and here all the way, so it was not sealing anymore. So that bit was dripping, and we had to take it apart anyways to fix this, because yeah, you don't want a dripping diff. So I made a decision after the MOT, which was about start of April. It's like, look, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna get that diff seal, because I don't want that dripping. And then I can head off, start traveling already. And it didn't turn out that way. It just didn't turn out that way. It was... We took it off around the 20th of April. I think it was. I bought the diff oil, I bought the seal. What else did I buy? Oh yeah, the interior shims for the inside gear situation of the diff. They fit perfectly, everything was fine there. And that was it. And then we wanted to put it together and do it properly this time. And nothing worked. Nothing. The pattern were incorrect, everything was way too far apart, nothing were fitting in place, like we can't do this. So that's when we started looking for shims. And the problem is there's, for this van, is about 3 different types for this van in particular, like according to part numbers for chassis or whatever that is. And the to find this out, it took about a week to get those numbers right from the manual. And the way I found out is I signed up with Iveco forum and asked people if they can help me. And then someone came forward and sent me the link to a manual and told me where to find the specific type of van that I have. Strange, because I would never have found out about it. I would never have. And yeah, that went from there, what I just explained. My boyfriend studied the manual with the diff situation. Not everything was explained on that manual, not everything in particular detail as we needed it to be. Like, for example, all the part numbers for the shims, which we needed, like for the crown shims, for the pinion shims, for the pinion depth, for everything. It did not explain any of this, so that's when I had to start contacting Iveco dealers. That's where I started from, because I didn't know where else to go. Everybody referred me to these when I called some mechanics. Yeah, and that was it. And now we're still working on it. Now we need to put it all back together. The problem is, with adjusting this, this pinion needs to come in and out as long as the pattern is not correct, and we have to adjust it with those shims, because these are the ones that we have. They were the smallest size, and then they had 0.25 and 0.50 and 1 mil. And original on there were these ones. They are 1.3 and 2.9. There's 2 of them on there. So one is the adjustment ring, one is the ring that's staying in there anyway. So if we need to fiddle around with this, if the pattern is not correct, we need to come out again. Everything needs to come out again. Put that ring on, put a different ring on, put it back in. The problem is the more you adjust it, the more you bang around with the pinion, the more this can get damaged. And if that gets damaged, I have to replace this, and that is not a good idea. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that can go wrong taking it in and out for a long time, like a lot of times. And we do not want to do this, but yeah, for now I don't have any more news than everything was a nightmare, and I don't want to go through this again. Oops, I don't want to go through this again. Spill my cup. We've gone through so much stuff, and I've gone through so much research. I took about 5 days to figure out what shims we need, what part numbers we have, what part numbers are right for this van. These were the first shock that we had, these little ones, because we thought we need only those sizes, and these obviously did not fit in it. That was the first shock. Then an evening later we found out actually we need those. They fit on the pinion pinion head and pinion back, and then we went from there. Well, all I can say, it was a very steep learning curve and learning process for both of us, for a problem that other people probably would go to a diff specialist or mechanic for, because mechanics usually do not know about this. They send you to a diff specialist. But unfortunately I do not have about £2,000–3,000 to be able to go to a specialist and get this fixed within a week or even a day. I don't know how long that would take. Yeah, so I have to get my head around this myself and fix it myself, because I just do not have the money for this. I would love to have given it up to someone that knows about it already for years and is an expert in it, instead of me having to look up loads of things and learn about a diff. That was not my life goal. Yeah, so that's the story of the diff. Like I said, so far nothing has been achieved, because the last 2 days has been pissing down rain. There's the next thunderstorm coming. You hear the grumbling. And it was not possible to do anything with the diff because we don't want it wet. That's the main reason. And since he has to lay under the van to do it, we can't pop it in somewhere and just go underneath and do it. It's really difficult to continue the whole time to get it fixed. But I hope in the next few days, I hope Sunday or Monday, that we're going to be able to finish this. I hope I didn't forget anything to mention, since there has been a lot going on with this. A lot. All in all, it was a nightmare to figure it all out, and the customer service of Iveco was not very helpful. They were just very, very rude, I have to say, which is not nice, because if you need help in that case, it's not nice to have rude customer service, isn't it? But yeah, so now we're at the standpoint, as I said, to try these out. These are the last bit that we need to figure out to come closer to the crown. I can show you the crown quickly because it's outside. Alright, don't mind the hair. So this is the crown. This is what I was talking about, where the pinion needs to come onto, and the pattern needs to be right in the middle here. And for now, the pattern is both sides, meaning the pinion is way too much out, and it needs to come more closer to the middle. So that's the most simple way I can explain this for now. And the shims for the crown go left and right here to adjust it more to the left or the right, obviously. So yeah, that's how this one looks like. Yeah, and that's it. That's the update on the diff so far, and I really hope that we can move forward very soon to get this finished so I can start traveling already, or at least move around, which I wanted to in the first place. Well, let me know in the comments if you have learned anything or if you have any suggestions. I will pop the video of the last update into the description, I think, so you can watch it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.